Welcome to this show, my friends. I look at the chat and all I see is love right here, my friends. My God. I see the UK. Obviously, I see the US. I see the Netherlands. I see Germany. Up top, somebody said hello from the UK. Somebody said hello from Spain, I think. Awesome. Yeah, this is show 25. Now, I mean, we've had more than 25 shows. We know this. The Spotlight series, I haven't always counted in the list, but they're there. But the regular show, the performance show, France, Mexico, hello. This is the 25th show. And, it's a milestone. I mean, what is, obviously, Iran, hello, Turkey. I mean, what's the 25th anniversary if you're married? Is it the silver anniversary? Hello from Finland, Pazzi K. Nice. Anyway, happy silver anniversary. Episode 25, Overlander. Yep. Hello from Poland. Welcome. Poland, we love you. We're with you. I'm excited about this show because these four artists I consider friends. And it's a really good group because, and I'll talk about this as I introduce each one, but I've got a special relationship with all four of these people. And it's cool that you all have come together on this show. Some of it was planned. Some of it was that you came up and you were up. Stu J, I see you in the chat. It was great to see you this past week. I was up in LA shooting an artist profile for Qubit, and I spent the day with Anthony Baldino, and I spent the evening with Stu J and with Anton Reel. And Stu J, just a note, I'm coming up again this Tuesday. So if you're free in the evening, I'd love to hang out. I see JMO, my friend who I play video games with almost every night with Balance Spring. Yeah, what a great group. All right, here we go. I do want to welcome new Patreon and YouTube channel supporters to the show. Thank you so much for deciding to support this fiercely independent channel. If you decide that you want to, the links to Patreon are below, or if you're more of a YouTube channel kind of guy or gal, you can hit the join button below. All right, there we go. The album that you heard as the show started is the new release from THAMEL, our brother Jerome Mardaga, who I don't see in the chat, but he'll be here. Everything that he touches turns to gold. All of his releases are amazing, and this one is no different. Oh my God. Jay Scordia, hi from Scotland. Welcome, Scotland. Awesome. Before we start, I do want to plug the show that's happening on the 27th. March 27, 2 weeks from today. Our friends in Colorado, the Colorado Modular Synth Society, CMSS, is putting on a very special show. And it's called Drones for Peace, and I'm participating as an artist. It is a fundraiser awareness show for what's going on over there in the Ukraine. All the links to that event are below, and also links to ways to support the Ukraine and what's going on there. I think we could all agree that what's going on there is an absolute trauma for refugees, and yep, there's a lot going on. So without getting into all that, I will say that Modular World and myself, I stand for peace, and I stand with Ukraine. So we hope to see you on that show on the 27th, March 27. And we'll be talking about that a little more in the show. But actually, before I do, I just do want to show their cool graphic, which David made. Colorado is run by Sign Mountain, our brother David Soto, and Christoph, who is Monoscene. And this is going to be a really, really special show. All right? March 27. Links are below if you want to sign up and play, or just to the event. All right? Let's get this rolling, my friends. We got a good one. Here we go. First up is my dear friends from Turkey, Farhan and Negin, perform as Negin-XSIX, and they're an electronic duo from Turkey. Farhan, aka X6, is an electronic music producer and sound artist from Tehran. He studied electronic engineering in college. He attended the Tehran Conservatory in 2005, studying music composition and performance. During those years, he produced different projects from electronic rock, trip-hop, IDM, noise, ambient, and started his own project, X6. After graduating from the conservatory, he continued studying electronic music, sound installation, sound art, music production, through online courses and self-study. He's composed music and sound design, installations, compositions, too many to name. He sent this list that I was just like, oh man. He's been running a private sound school for 7 years. He started in Tehran and moved to Istanbul last year, doing private and online workshops from Germany, Japan, Australia, Canada, and other parts of the globe, focusing on the live experience and different approaches to sound, teaching the ways of the force to younger producers and artists for a better understanding of sound and music, and finding a way to feel the presence of the moment in the immediate experience through sound. Imagine being a kid and being his student. Lucky ducks. Negin-XSIX, a travel blogger, producer, and sound artist from Iran. She lives in Turkey. Although we spoke once when you were in Dubai. Our sister gets around. She studied mechanical engineering in the University of Tehran. She's been traveling since 2014, working with hotels and brands as a promoter. And she's been the brand director of Pioneer DJ Turkey since 2020. Her music journey started in 2018, playing the piano and learning music. And her first DJing performance was in a hot air balloon. And you sent a link to that to me once when we were talking. I think it's available on your YouTube channel. Anyway, it's awesome. And enough talk. All right, here we go with Negin-XSIX. There they are, right there. God.
See you again.
Nice to see
Negin-XSIX.
you again. Yeah, and thanks for the experience. It was really fun.
It's great to have you. God, it's been like, you guys were on the techno show, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, Patch and Techno.
And then, did you guys play the anniversary?
I don't remember exactly, but we played about 4 5 months ago,
That was on the
perhaps.
techno show. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I'm just so glad to finally have you on like the proper show, man.
yeah,
Thank
thank you.
you. Thank you for having us.
We tried to make time, but we did a couple of takes, and we at last we chose one of them and went with it. Go with the
I love seeing you guys work together. It's just such a, I
Yeah,
don't know.
yeah, it's a really great energy.
Yeah, you
We
guys
have
are
to stay
awesome.
in phase and stay
Yeah.
creative and get connect together
Every
and
day we
connect through
try
sound.
different setup, live performing.
Yeah, yeah. Every day we try different things. We change the setup and change the location of the music instruments and everything. And we try different ideas. And sometimes we work on the production. And we have an album coming up soon, about a couple of months from now. And we try to stay creative and do as much as we can with the time we have here.
So, what's this release? Tell me more about this release.
It's a techno album, mostly acid techno
Nice.
and some noises and improvisations in it. But it's still in the production process, and we are working on the ideas. And sometimes she's doing the performances and trying different lines, melodies, and everything. And but it might be out about 3 4 months from now,
Okay.
hopefully.
Please, please make sure that I know when you put it out so that we can feature it, you know, when the show
Yeah, yeah,
starts and we
thank
can talk about
you.
it.
Yeah, and thanks for the experience. It made us do some crazy stuff again, some change, some stuff, some instruments, and we have to do the camera thing, and we are not just comfortable doing the editing and everything. We just choose one of the videos, and I hope you like it.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a good kind of not lesson. It's a good note to people that like, you know, just set up a camera and make a video. You know, I do talk to a lot of people who are like, man, I see all the multi-camera stuff on your show. I'm not worthy. I can't do this. And I'm like, yes, you can. You know,
Yeah,
just
sure.
set up a camera. You know, it's not.
Yeah,
It
why
doesn't have
not?
to be a big production. You know. Okay, one last question. When you sent the video, I look at this like table of knobs. Like, how do you keep all this straight? It looks so clean and organized.
You have to start with a small space, for example, four knobs for different effects or instruments, or pre-designed custom racks on Ableton. When you
Mm.
get comfortable with it, you can add more knobs. And then you can get comfortable with more knobs, even with your eyes closed. But you can touch it and see whatever is when and where, and you can try different ideas and see where that goes.
You guys got it wired, man. I mean, it's just such a cool set. It like starts with this experimental stuff, and then I knew you'd bring the boom, and then the boom comes. It's like
Yeah, thank you.
it's
No
so
worries.
good.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Thanks for the show, and thanks for the awesome vibe you have every
Well,
time.
Yeah.
much love from the U.S. to Turkey. Yeah.
Hope to see you soon again.
Yeah.
All right, my friends. Here is Negin-XSIX, my friends. Here they go. Thanks, you guys.
Thank you.
Guys,
Ah, ah, what a great way to start the show. Yeah. All right, you guys. Um, New people joining the show, thanks for coming. This is Modular World. I'm John Wells, and You're in the middle of another good one. Here we go. This is Morphacoustic. Next is Morphacoustic, my friend and brother, local SoCal brother, Sam DeGigian. I've talked about Sam in the past. We featured his son Evan's music. Evan's got a new album, by the way. EQ Ev. All right, Sam. Sam is a classically trained pianist and composer from Santa Monica, California. He's composed music for solo, chamber, and orchestral ensembles. Ensembles, not ensembles. His concerto for clarinet, tap delay, and orchestra began a love of electronic instruments that led to a visit to the legendary Analog Haven in Santa Monica, where his obsession with modular synthesis began and blossomed into a bouquet of circuits and wires. I didn't write that. Sam wrote that. Sam loves performing live on the modular and continues to bring his love of melodic development to live electronic performances. And I will say that you're in the SoCal area. Damon, I see you. You've got to see this live. I've seen Sam live maybe 7 times, and every time I'm standing there laughing because this guy has such a command of his instrument and is so alive when he plays. It's a real pleasure. Sam has also designed and produced several unique modules under the Morphacoustic brand. Definitely worth seeing. Morphacoustic's intervallic sequencer and random subdivider attempt to capture Frank Zappa's melodic and rhythmic language in modular synth circuitry, and they do. As a fanatic devotee of Frank Zappa, Sam continues to study piano with Tommy Mars, the preeminent and storied virtuoso from Zappa's greatest bands. Amazing. Sam considers modular synthesis as the forefront of today's modern music, amen, and draws inspiration from the experimentation of modular synth artists and the esoteric, I'm having a hard time reading, and the esoteric electronic music community worldwide. Sam, I love you. Here's Morphacoustic. Sam, every time. Every
I'm
time.
glad you enjoyed it.
Well, if we
I'm
were
glad.
live, or I mean, if I was with you live, I'd be
Yeah.
sitting there laughing on the sidelines like I always do.
Yeah. No, I'd give you a high five, but I had to make sure I don't knock over the modular this time.
Should we tell that story?
You go ahead. Let's hear it from your perspective.
All right, we'll do it quickly because I feel like I've talked about this before, but maybe not on the show. You and I were in LA at Analog
Analog
Haven,
Haven.
right?
Yeah.
And it was after some synth show or something,
Yeah.
some expo or something.
After NAMM party.
So
Yeah.
Analog Haven is hosting this little after NAMM party thing. And it's kind of packed. And you're totally doing your thing. I'm standing right next to you, almost bumping you. And you're just jamming. I'm cheering. And at one point you did this big high five, and I high fived with you as you're playing. And you rocked your case off of its stand. And it fell right on the face, right on all the plugs. And the whole crowd is like, and I'm like, fuck. And you picked it up. Music's still happening. Keep patching. Finished your set.
Yeah. Hey, it was so funny that I always remember when I'm playing live, and love to see you there.
Oh my God. I mean, that was a really good lesson in like showmanship and like professionalism, because I really had to look at myself like how I would have handled that. And I don't think I would have been super cool about it.
Well, that's what's good about having an instrument that just, plays with itself, and you just sit there and kind of act like, you're doing something.
But it fell on all the cables. It fell face down. I mean, I would have been like all...
No, it's fine.
Like, I probably would have cried.
Yeah. No, don't cry. And this is like a warning to the modular community. You can drop your case right on the ground on the concrete, and it'll be just fine.
Oh,
you won't have a problem.
Do not do that. Anybody listening, do not do that. Sam is wrong. Somebody said, I want to quote it right. It was, it was Greg Fraser. What's up, Greg? He says, masterpiece. I wish Zappa could have heard it. Would you please explain your love for Zappa and how it influences and works with the modules you make and the music you make?
Well, Zappa's an incredible artist, and people can find that out on their own. I'm not going to advocate for him, and you might not like him. I know some people who don't.
You and I spoke about this. I've tried, baby. I've tried.
No, it's totally cool. Anyway, he was really a pioneer of electronics too, and did a lot of stuff with electronic music and a lot of stuff that reminds me of modular music. If you see, like in his film Baby Snakes, he'll have the band spread out, and he's like pointing fingers and making strange improvised things happen in the moment. And I really tried to bring that to modular. And also, he's known for his polyrhythms and strange timings.
Yeah.
And it turns out that the modular synth is perfectly capable of, doing these timings with no problems. 5, 13, 11 is just as easy as 4, or 3 is, comes naturally to a human. But yeah, so it just, for me, it was a really nice gateway into that mathematical side of music, which I love. And when I look at a group of VCOs, I see like an ensemble, I see a choir, and the capability to affect them, through the modulars, just, it's another language. But
absolutely,
I think we spoke about this. What makes it so special for me is that you can bring in that random element, and then the performance becomes so special because it's once in a lifetime, and it's never going to be just like that.
Yeah.
And it's something about that random element that makes life so interesting. It makes your music so interesting. And the modular just has that capability to bring it in and surprise you, and it's incredible that, you know, at their heart, these are like scientific instruments, you know, they just create voltages and stuff.
Yeah.
But once they're patched and an artist gets, you know, to working with them, they take on this spirit, you know, and they come alive. And it, like, honestly, it sometimes can scare you. I don't know. You had this before where it's like, where is this music really coming from? Like what, it's like at the edge of, you know, artificial intelligence and, you know, and that's the title of this piece, you know, I told you anyway.
Yeah. Oh, it's so
But
good.
yeah, I love what's in the future for modular music. I see the other artists, Farhan and Negin, that was incredible. And your show and what you've done, really I always think of the whole creation story of modular world, you know, and now that it's like on this worldwide scale and you know to hear our music, you know, played back and just be in that moment that wow, it's going across the whole world. It's so amazing, and you
It
know,
really,
it's
yeah. Like the internet, I still feel like sort of like when I talk to my dad about like, I still can't believe that you can send an email and it comes across. And I'm like, Dad, this is like a conversation for 1992. But
yeah,
it does still, like, it's not lost on me. I really do love that, like, I look at
yeah,
the countries and the people in the chat and I'm just like, this is truly global right now. It's just like, you guys made it live to this broadcast. Thank you. You're awesome. Um, and the views after show typically like triple within like a week or two. And it's just,
wow,
it's unbelievable that like the globe, like we're
beautiful
all
artistic
making music.
expression that you've done. You know, this is your expression, the way you put it together, and it's so cool and clean, and you know, we,
Well,
we all love
thanks.
you for it. You got to know
Thanks.
that.
But I gotta say that it's the like the global community is the inspiring thing. Like I'm just never it never ceases to amaze me how there's just like people all over this globe who are into this art form. And that's what's kept me going and keeps me going. I absolutely love it. I'm addicted.
It's really beautiful because you know that type of artistic expression is really what life is about, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. And like you said, I do think this is kind of like this is a special time right now. Like,
Yeah.
there's something afoot globally, definitely.
Yeah.
What's next
Yeah.
for you as far as your creations, meaning your modules?
For me, you know, I'm enjoying so much to play live, to do live streams. I'm hoping that, you know, to actually do live performances more and more as things open up.
Yeah.
And my son, he's taken off. He's freaking amazing. This kid,
Yeah.
he cranks out music, and you know, I get to go and sit there and act like the boss and tell him, turn this down and stuff. Like, and that's fun too, you know.
Yeah. That's so cool. I mean, he's in high school now.
Yeah, yeah, he's in high school and
Like, were you making
doing
anything
production. Yeah,
like were you making anything of any value in high school, like musically?
no,
I was
no.
trying. I was
You don't want to
trying.
hear what I was making. Yeah, yeah, no, it's a lot of fun, and music is a journey to find new sounds and you know new ways of expression. That's what you know modular synth has been for me. It totally caught me out of the blue that I would love it so much. I kind of saw it from a distance and thought it was just you know more ways of making you know a stranger tone while you soloed or something. But it's so much more because, like I said, you actually use those structures of the waveform and sequence and you know so many things and then create these beautiful compositions you know that are just every one of them surprises me. I'm telling you,
Yeah.
the people especially who you have on your show, I'm always blown away. Yeah.
Well,
And your music too. Seriously, what are you doing these days, man? It's incredible. I've been hearing your tracks are so complicated and
oh, thanks.
looks like a lot of work goes into them.
Well, I want to get the San Diego shows going again in April. So you have to come down.
Yeah. I will do that. I will skateboard down if I have to, but
You
I'll
have
be
to come
there.
down. Modular
Yeah.
on the Spot San Diego is going to be rebranded as Modular San Diego.
Yeah.
And we're going to do this.
World.
No,
Don't forget the world.
well, the world is this show. Local show is Modular San Diego. And we're going to get that going again. I just cannot wait. Although, small point, our location, which you've been in multiple times, they cut down that big, beautiful tree that gave us all that shade. So I think,
Right.
yeah, I don't know. We're going to have to figure it out.
All right. I mean, you can bring a shade structure, but how do you make up for like a 300-year-old tree?
Well, it must have been dying, or there's tree people who know stuff that I don't know.
All right. Well, you send me their number. I want to talk to this person. I want to see
It's a beautiful park.
what happened to our tree. That's what we're waiting to play on. You know.
Joel Couch asks, does Caltrain go from LA to San Diego? Yes, it does. And it's called the Coaster. And yeah, it's a great ride. You get it at Union Station there by Olvera Street.
I like where he's going with that, like a party bus down there on the train.
Well, I
see
mean,
that.
there's
What is
a
that?
bunch of you who want to do it, who want to come down. So you should do that.
Yeah. We could have like little shows on the bus, on the train.
For sure get kicked off the train. Don't you know who I am? I'm Morphacoustic. Going to San Diego.
Yeah. No, it's a beautiful train right now.
It is. It's super nice. It's coastal all the way down. It's beautiful.
Absolutely.
Joel Couch, you coming. All right.
Yeah, Joel, we'll see you there, man.
Sarah says modular on the train. Sarah, you should come too. I know you're out here. All right.
Not a way to make that happen.
Well, I mean, April, it's going to happen. Down by the plaza. Yes, exactly. All right.
Yeah.
We'll talk, man. Thank you so much for being on.
Yes. No, thank you. Thank
I love you,
everyone.
man.
Thank you to the whole audience, all your generous comments, and I really hope you enjoyed it, and see you next time.
Sam DeGigian
right.
is Morphacoustic. This guy right there. Off he goes. Thanks, man. Yeah. Every time. You got to see this guy live. Oh, my God. Wait, Sarah's in Boston now? No, Joel's talking about somebody else. Oh, you're in Boston. Sorry, I'm an idiot. All right. Let's move on. It's just, yeah, it's a good one. Those of you who are watching and are not logged in to the chat, why don't you log in and say hi? Introduce yourselves. We're a friendly group. YouTube Studio says there's 306 people watching and 87 logged in. Come on. Come in and say hi. Introduce yourself. It'll be just fine. DJ Weidman, you're in Mission Valley? What? You're like 10 minutes away. I'm in North Park. Yes, you need to go. What you can follow is, it's currently called modular-on-the-spot.sd on Instagram. But again, it's going to rebrand to Modular San Diego. Atavat, how you doing? Welcome to the show. Johnny Pez. Yeah, DJ Weidman, got to have you at the show. It's a good one. Really nice location. Jammer Way, hi from Portland, Oregon. I don't recognize that name. Welcome to the show. All right. Let's move on with my friend Derek Jones, who you might know as Overlander from Oregon, up in the Pacific Northwest. Overlander hails from the high desert of Bend, Oregon. His journey with synthesis began as a child, sitting too close to a speaker listening to switched on Bach. Oh yeah. A multi-instrumentalist throughout school, he put music on hold for 20 years. The revival of synthesizers in TVs and movies rekindled that interest, but when Moog released the Sub-Harmonicon, it transported him back to 1981, sitting too close to that speaker, mesmerized by Carlos. Overlander now runs Moog subharmonicon patches dedicated to helping people learn and enjoy the subharmonicon. With help from our sister Sarah Bell Reed, he's creating again using semi-modular synths, and Overlander makes music influenced by Moog, Berlin School, and 80s film soundtracks. He aspires to one day create scores for film and TV. I love what you're doing, Derek. And here we go. Overlander. Derek Jones, Overlander, that guy. Well done, my friend.
Thank you, Jono. Thanks for
Just
having me.
Sonic journey, like I knew you would do, man. Oh, man. That pulsar just kills me. It's like, ignore the pulsar, Jono. You don't need it.
Well, maybe.
Oh, man.
Everybody needs a pulsar.
I know. And a Lyra and a this and a that. Oh, man. Well done. You shot this in a unique situation, and you are coming to us live from a unique situation. Tell us about this.
Yeah, so for my day job, I do Jeep stuff, which is, of course, where I got the idea for the moniker of performing as Overlander. So the set that you see is my Jeep inside the shop with the awning and tent and everything all set up. And the background where I have like the papers hung up is the side of the Jeep. So the synths are all up against the wheels and the doors, and filmed it in there. And now I'm sitting on top of the Jeep in a rooftop tent, which was my home for a couple nights while I composed and performed this.
Oh my God. This is dedication, my friends. I mean, talk about dedication. The stuff that you've sent for the Patch On shows has just been like, bar none. Just really awesome. Awesome work. Talk to us about how you build a set like this.
Boy, so I used to do videography, so I'm always thinking about lighting and cameras and stuff. And that honestly sometimes comes before I decide what instruments I want to use.
Me too.
Which is I don't know. Maybe that's, I think of it that it's the wrong way, but I guess if it works, it's all right.
Well, it's all part of the process. It's part of the artistic expression. Yeah. Yeah.
And so for this set, I kind of had some goals in mind that are different from what I normally do when I play. In Sarah Bell Reed's Patreon, every month we do these virtual listening parties. And last month we listened to George Crumb's Black Angel because he just passed. And I'd never heard it before, but it's a 3-part piece with electric string quartet, and the transitions between each of the stages of that piece I just thought were really cool, and I wanted to see, hey, can I do that? So I threw all my instruments here at the shop, and started doing that. And then I also realized, hey, it might be fun to try repatching the subharmonicon live in the dark. So that's kind of how it came to be.
Wow. What's going on with you releasing? Because you've been dropping some stuff.
Yeah, I have a few. So I did an EP shortly after the techno show did here on the Patch On Challenge. Yep. And then I did a version of a piece for the Buchla easel that Todd Barton composed a couple decades ago, and I just did my version of it. I don't have a Buchla easel, so I used the VST by Arturia, and it was still sufficient and sounded nice.
Such a good collection of soft synths. I love that collection. Yeah.
Yep. I love being able to just drop a Mellotron, casually in a track.
I know.
Yeah.
It's too good, really. It's just too good. Like, let me just pull out my Fairlight for a moment.
Right. Always wait when it's on sale. You can get it for at least half off. So anyone that's looking at it.
And also, if you're a Arturia owner, this sounds like a plug, I swear it's not. If you're an Arturia owner, like a Keystep or a Keystep Pro, you can get a discount on the Arturia V7 collection, or now it's V8.
Yeah, and when it goes on sale, if you are registered and you have like a Keystep Pro in your account, it'll give you another cut off of it. So it's great. It's great.
Awesome collection. Okay, sorry to interrupt.
No, that's all right. So what I'm working on now, instead of like an album release, is I'm kind of doubling down on the subharmonicon stuff. So I'm working on a video series of tutorials and hopefully a book to come out of it. We'll
my
see.
Goodness. That's so great. So this is like one instrument that's really resonated with you. You've learned it to the ground.
Yeah, I absolutely love it. Like that last section of this piece, the patch is almost identical. Like the knobs are almost all in the same place. There's a few changes to like the envelope, but then it's mostly the cables. So you have this same patch which it's on the site if anybody wants to try it out. I believe it's called Shipyard, and that's the one that's kind of screeching, industrial, metal on metal type feeling. And then the other one is, I think, named Hesitation. And you'll see when you look at the templates, either on Instagram or the website, they're basically identical. So I find that fascinating that it can produce that different of sounds, something screechy to something beautiful and bubbly, just by changing a few cables.
Yeah, I'm gonna ignore the subharmonic on gas. As a reminder to viewers following artists on this show, following what Derek's talking about, all the links are below to all the artists' Instagram and YouTube and Bandcamp. And please, if you want to follow Derek and what he's doing, it's all very easy to do underneath in the description. Nice work, my friend. You know I love you.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Jono. It was a blast.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Overlander right here. Thanks, man. Well done. Yeah, just great stuff always from Derek. And again, please support the artists that you're watching on this show. Give them a follow. See what they're doing, because most of these people are they're posting pretty regularly and pretty plugged in. Definitely worth checking out. No Ice Locust. I don't need a subharmonicon. Ha. I don't. It's not going to happen. For those of you who would like to support this fiercely independent show, please consider going to Patreon or hitting the join button below. These shows take an absolutely huge amount of time, and your support is very appreciated. Last but never least, and I do curate these shows with a flow that should work. And Robert, I'm sorry to keep you up late, but sometimes it's got to happen. I like to put the internationals earlier in the show so they can go to bed. I'm sorry to keep you up, Robert. Next up, Robert Pabst, Cinematic Laboratory. You know him from his epic YouTube channel and performances on this show. And this is the first time I've had him on the proper show, which is odd. Robert Pabst, born in the 1960s, raised in the 70s, and musically formed in the 80s. He's been in love with synthesizers since he heard I Feel Love by Donna Summer. What a classic floor filler. On a small transistor radio, it sounded like an unstoppable machine. What a great descriptor. He founded the Cinematic Laboratory after early retirement in January of 2020. The Lab is a YouTube channel dedicated to modular synthesis and is the best modular synthesis channel on YouTube. He focuses on sound design and music with a cinematic twist. His videos are gorgeous every time. Modular is an amazing machine to tell stories, to explore the unknown and the unseen, to dream, sculpt, and create. This performance is very unique, and it's dedicated to Katharina Le Chasseur, the hunter, who was born in 1490, who was sentenced to death in 1541 after being accused of counterfeiting money. She was drowned by execution, and after her death, frequent reports came in about ghost sightings near her home. There were unexplained footsteps and sounds, and it's one of the most famous Dutch ghost stories, and he says it's been an honor to perform in her volatile presence. Whew. A special thanks to Marieke McKenna, who co-produced the video on location and did some hand acting while playing the Soma Enner with Robert. So the Soma Enner is the star of this performance. But I'm going to let him tell you about that, and also the custom instrument that his friend Ian Hogenboom created for the Qubit Nebula. Really interesting stuff. So here we go with Cinematic Laboratory. Robert,
John.
you've like outdone yourself here.
Thank you so much.
You've said this is your best work.
Oh wait, I have to unmute you a little bit, otherwise.
You've
Sorry.
said this is
Sorry
your
for that.
best work, and you chose to show it here. Thank you.
Yeah. I will switch to. Sorry. Yeah. I'm here.
You're here. Can you tell us about this Realms project with Ian? I'm so glad he's in the chat. So for those of you who don't know, Nebula is a granular sampler, but you can load alternate instruments into it. And this is programmed on pure data, right? And there's a pretty good repository on the Qubit site of people who have made alternate instruments for the Nebula. And your friend Ian has done this. Do you want to tell us about the Realms project a little?
Yeah. I make a lot of music where a cinematic backdrop is important. When you create an ambient track, it's fun to have a crickets or a creek in the background. If you want to make something dark, it's cool to have a rain and thunderstorm behind it. And I also did a video about the Realms project where I created the patch on a regular modular synthesizer with two delay lines, with two expand from make noise to move sounds around. And we had Bitbox doing a backdrop sound and a forefront sound. So when you're in a room or in a space, you have a near and a far situation. And in the far situation, you can have reverb and you can hear things moving around. And when you're in the front, you can hear things nearby. And the idea behind Realms was that you can take an instrument, a voice, or whatever you have in your modular, and you make it part of that room. So when it's in the front, it's clean. And when you move it to the back, you get a little bit of Lopez filtering and reverb. And when you move it around, you can pinpoint the sound in the room you're in. So you can go creative when you're imagining a space dock, for instance, and you create space dock music, ambient space dock music. You really need to hear the airplanes or air cars. I did a Blade Runner scene in one of my videos where you have the when you see the movie, you see the city and you hear the rain and you hear announcements from and a lady, a Chinese or Japanese lady singing something. And this all adds up to the atmosphere. So what Realms is an atmosphere generator that joins your voice into that sphere. And Ian has programmed it to have 6 rooms, 6 realms. And just with the knob, you move through the 6 rooms. And like in this Katerina story, you first hear the voices, and then you hear chains, and then you hear it becomes a little bit more dark and menacing, and then you have ghosts flying around your head, because you can use samples for the front channel and for the rear channel. And those are stereo channels, and I'm totally in love with 3D sound, with 3D binaural sound.
Yeah.
And I have a new friend. Just show you a little bit. It's now getting professional.
You're getting deeper into binaural.
Yeah, this is so amazing. And this microphone is a professional microphone. You won't believe what this thing does.
So we've got binaural audio coming through a custom instrument, and we've got the Enter. There's just this is top level stuff here, man. Yeah,
and also I used the Enter going through Melodious Versio from noise engineering.
Yeah.
And I recently discovered one of my last videos when I discovered when you put it in a hold mode and you put a trigger sequence to it, it starts playing stuff that you did 80 seconds ago. And depending on the pattern you give it, it gives you something else. So if you were playing on the Enter and you just making stupid noise. That's the easiest way to describe it, because you have no idea what you're doing. You're just following your instinct. You become part with the instrument, and you play the instrument, and at some point the instrument starts playing you right back. It's really funny. And when then the melodus takes over, and it just repeats textures. If you happened to play a little melodic part just by turning the knobs or something, then the melodus just sews it together into a texture, and it's so beautiful to listen to. And then, of course, this modus virtue at the back of at the end of the chain. It's magic. And the original performance, this performance was 25 minutes. So I had to cut it a little bit back for the show. But the original performance was just, and I had no idea what happened until I started editing the video and started to take things out. And then you hear the performance and the ambience, and everything came together so well. And we had to, there were some inserts on the video. It was recorded afterwards. So the performance is live with 3 camera phones. You know, I work with phones instead of cameras.
I know this.
And
this is also just worth noting. Let me just interrupt you. For those of you saying, I can't shoot stuff like this, got to get fancy cameras. He's shooting this with an old Samsung S7. This is an old, small phone.
And it's better than the expensive Apples, and with cinematic touch, like you see the dark imagery. It's the Samsung. I would try it on my modern phone. It doesn't work. It's the old Samsung that does it. So hunt for a Samsung S7.
So go on eBay, find a Samsung S7, and you can look just like cinematic.
Super cheap.
Oh, man. So you're working at Abbey Road Studios right now. You're doing a remote course.
No, we're in Abbey Road, Amsterdam. Is you have X-ray in the classroom.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's a 2 year, it's 1 year full time or 2 year part time, and we're at the verge of the exam week, the 2 weeks from my house. So we have on Monday tomorrow. I have my first exam on final production, and we need to do a business plan. We need to figure out what we're going to do next. It's an amazing school. If you want to learn something cool about music production. And also, I don't have any shares, but this is a great school for learning how to really record the things like on legendary albums like Dark Side of the Moon, how the Beatles did it, and how the most legendary albums come from London. And you can learn a little bit of how they did it what they did.
I mean, what a great experience!
Pioneering. So the thing to take away is in the 60s and the 70s, they really had no idea what they were doing. Just like we in the modular environment, we're just pioneering, trying stuff like Sarah Bell Reid. We get, is Sarah still in? It doesn't matter, but
I think she is. Yeah.
She had this amazing video on feedback on a desk on a desk, and what we learned at school is never ever put feedback on your SSL desk or Neve desk.
Well, maybe don't do it on one of those. She's doing it on a small Mackie. Yeah.
Always thinking about Sarah doing amazing stuff on the desk without just patched nothing and just put all the outboard gear in the feedback path, and that pioneering stuff. That's the fun. That's also what you learn to pioneer.
Well, she is a pioneer. We're lucky to have her in our world, or to be in hers. And that self-patching and the mixer stuff, which she did a year and a half ago or so, just like unbelievable.
Yeah, just wanted her to know that her inspiration also comes right back to I told the engineer there, you need to to make a feedback patch and put it on the Eventide and just see what happens. And
No, he's
he
not
said,
going
"Oh
to
my
do
God,
that.
no, we're not going to happen."
No, no, no. No, you don't do that on a Neve board. Like, you do that on a small Mackie.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, there is a world of sound hiding in their machine.
Yeah,
And it's
yeah.
really fun to know that that's not the end. When you make a mix, that's not the end. There's so much hiding in those machines
Yeah, yeah.
that you're waiting for you to discover.
For those of you who are wondering what we're talking about, Sarah Bell Reed did this mixer. It was called like no input mixing, right?
Oh yeah.
So you can find that on her YouTube channel, and she's using just an old Mackie mixer with nothing plugged into it other than just self-patching like in itself and making stuff that you would not believe.
Yeah, but also the show where she tries to find out what was the best mixer to do feedback patching on. That's really cool.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm not going to do
Amazing.
this on any mixer I own, but cheers.
And she actually got the mixers from the dealer. She said, "Oh yeah, go try it. Try and make some feedback."
Go blow it up.
Global, yeah, exactly.
What's next for you, my friend?
Well, next probably there will not be any videos the forthcoming 2 weeks because it's going to be terribly busy. But I will absolutely focus on 3D sound, and I am thinking about, and I cannot promise anything, to start a label that's dedicated to the modular community. So that if we had a label for the modular community, we can have some of the amazing performances on vinyl. And I'm looking really I'm investigating if that's viable. I think it is, especially if it's a compilation of the people who inspire us all. And then it should be on vinyl. People should be listening to it. And my mission is to bring it a little bit closer to the mainstream.
Mm-hmm.
So
you and I talked about this label, and I'm happy you brought it up. I wasn't going to ask you because I didn't want to out you with the label thing. So you guys heard it first. He's going to start something.
You heard it first on Modular World. Yeah,
he's going to do something exciting.
Yeah. And the label is called Rogue Ambient. So ambient, we all know ambient is bullshit, like musical wallpaper, and respect to everybody who makes ambient, but it is musical wallpaper or musical furniture. And Rogue Ambient is going to tear down the walls and break into new universes. And yeah, it's going to be fun.
Oh my God.
Great fun.
Oh, that's exciting. All right, my friend.
It's part of my business plan. So if I get a terrible grade from my teachers that they're saying this is never ever going to work, then I'm going to do it. Because
You'll
then I know I'm on the right.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. All right, my friend. Thank you so much for coming on finally on the show and being on a proper show. It's just great to have you.
You're welcome. Absolutely welcome.
It's long overdue.
It's great to be in the show. I had a huge fun creating the video, and I hope I'll be able to make a lot more.
And that enter, oh God, the unobtainium enter right now.
Yeah, I got it just one day before the shit hit the fan in Ukraine. And well, Ukraine makes me sad, so I don't want to talk about it. It's but I hope that there's a ghost going to the Kremlin, and Mr. Putin has a really, really bad night tonight.
Straight from your set, yeah.
Straight from my set, yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, working on it. Black magic, perfect.
Yeah, right. Send it straight over there, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, my friend. Cinematic Labs right here. All right. Thanks.
Thanks for having me.
All right.
It was a great show, and hope to see you soon.
All right, brother. We'll talk.
Cheers.
Yeah, that's the stuff right there. Robert has been a huge supporter of this channel. I won't embarrass him by telling all the things he's done, but he's been a silent supporter of this channel in ways that are just quite amazing. Thank you. Following up on what Robert is talking about in the Ukraine, let's just take this moment to talk about Colorado at the end of this month on March 27 is putting on Drones for Peace. I'm participating in this show as an artist. It's being hosted by Sign Mountain, David Soto, and our brother POB. And this is a music showcase and fundraiser for the Ukraine. And as should be pretty obvious, Modular World and myself, I stand with Ukraine right now. We're definitely in a pretty serious crisis over there, and anything that you can do to be part of aid or help or friendship, please try to do so. There's a bunch of links at the very bottom that are linking to organizations that will be supported by Drones for Peace show on the 27th. And if you'd like to play on that show, you still can. And the sign up form is at the bottom in the description also. So please take a chance to be part of that if you can. We're in a unique time right now, and I think it's important to stand up for what you believe in. All right. That is it for this show, my friends. I have 2 shows in April. One is a regular show like this. I'm calling a regular show with 5 performers, four performers. And followed by, this is the first time I've announced this, I believe, Jerome Mardaga, who's in the chat, you know as THAMEL. He has curated a Belgium spotlight. So a spotlight on the scene going on in Belgium is our second show in April. And I've already gotten most of the videos for that show, and it is shaping up to be quite something. So there you have it. We'll see you on the 27th of this month at Drones of Peace at Colorado Modular. Links below. And thank you so much to the artists who brought their A game today. This is just an awesome show. All right, we're going to close out once again with a track from the new THAMEL record. I'm glad you can be here, Jerome. We love you. And thanks so much for watching. I love you guys. All right.